So we want to create the final state here, and we're going to do that by testing inside null. So we'll get the test inside null node, and we will also get the nulls from a scene. So we can either pick them and F3, drag them in, and that's good enough because I can just copy and paste and change the name for the second one. We need another state, and we need a lot of the stuff we had initially on one of these, so I'll just pick the whole lot, Control C, Control V, copy that down, move these out of the way for a second, and this will be our third state. We'll just make that one state 2, change its color, make it red, great, and move this down a bit more since we need some space for the trigger. So we're going to trigger this by testing inside null. We have our null one, take the null name, hook it in, and we'll just hook this one into the trigger, and then we'll make sure this is switching us to state 2. I need one more trigger. Actually, I'll do this into trigger 1. I just make copy of this, paste it, change this from null 1 to null 2, the other null in the scene, or you could just explore if you don't want to type, and hook this into trigger 2. So that's set up for this part for the nulls to create everything to switch to the next state. We'll make sure our state is connected, and we'll just hit play and to see what happens at this time. We still need to change the animation sequence, so characters are walking, they're running, and you know when they run to the state they turn red, and that means they've now hit that state. Now I haven't gone to the new animation, the die animation yet, so we need to change that, and I know from my animation mixer it starts at frame 90 and goes to frame 165. I can close the mixer down at this time. 90 to 165. I don't want to loop this one because I only want to play this once. I'm going to clamp it, but the others are looped. If I could try to leave on loop, it would look weird. So now if we hit play, it should go to the die animation, but again there'd be one more thing we need to fix. So it goes here, the character runs into the cube of death, he keeps going, he's falling. Okay, so we need to change the speed, and even when he's dead he's going to keep sliding, so it's kind of sliding into base kind of look. We don't want that, so let's change the speed. 8 is roughly the right speed for the initial motion, but I want the motion to stop after maybe a second and a half. So I need to make the motion stop. How am I going to do that? Well, the easiest way is do another get and set my particle velocity. So we're just going to take the set particle velocity and the multiply, copy that and paste it, just bring it down here, we get the velocity in there, and we'll multiply it by 0. But we need to know when to do this. Now I said, he actually didn't hit the ground for maybe, 40 seconds or so. So 40 frames, about a second and a half. So I want to actually hook this into execute on trigger, and I'm going to set up a timer. So we're going to start the timer when you enter the state, and this timer we're going to make it timer 2, and I know again from testing that's at 1.33 seconds, and we'll just reset if already started. And then with test timer, again set it to timer 2, and we're going to trigger it, and of course when it triggers we'll just say go to state 3. Even though there's no state 3, it's going to cause I would leave it state 2 at this time. We can see what happens. There we go. So it will execute on trigger, and that should be good. And let's see what happens in this case. We've slowed down the animation, so when it goes into state 2, the animation will slow down. It's going to organize some stuff while it's playing back. Turns red. He's now still moving forward slightly. That's what I wanted. He's falling. By now the animation should have stopped, and they just fall and just lay there and pile up in the cube. So this is working. So our final state is set up and working.